doing another video with the light out today. Today we're doing a video on Wukong and all of the drama that has been surrounding that game. It's really not even drama. It's just like one or two people on the internet who, for some reason, still feel the need to express their opinion. For people that just don't even care at all. Like there's maybe three people in the world that care to hear their opinion, and everybody else is like, stop talking, nobody cares, shut up. And so we're just going to kind of have a good deep dive into that and see kind of the response that the Black Myth Wukong developer team has given. And honestly, it's just I love seeing it because it's these people who just get mad over the dumbest things that most people do not care about. And even with the player count showing right now, because the game just released almost an hour ago now, and it clearly people just don't care because there's so many people playing the game right now. It's insane. As you can see right now, I mean, the player count is basically at 1.25 million concurrent players. It just came out. Like, it is insane how many people are playing the game right now. Like, I wonder if it will refresh here. Yep, there we go. 1,000 or 1,260,000 concurrent players right now, and it just keeps climbing. Like, it is insane, and I bet it's going to be even higher. People are just waiting for the download to finish too, I bet. But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, like, all of the drama that people were trying to start with this game, with like the allegations and whatever that some people had heard. They never even had any physical evidence or concrete evidence, if you will. They were just saying stuff online. I don't know, maybe to get views, probably to get views. But as you can see, the players clearly don't care because, hey man, I mean, for a $60 game, that's a lot of concurrent players, especially when the game just came out. And so this is an article done on Forbes by Mr. Paul Tassi. He's done a lot of articles. In terms of his coverage on things, I'd say he does a decent job, all things considered, at least based on what I've seen of him. But this is the Black Myth Wukong. No feminist propaganda, no COVID-19 discussion emails is real. And this is in reference to an email that was sent out to, I guess, content creators, not journalists, because nobody cares about journalists anymore. And it gives the breakdown right here, basically what it says. It says, do's, enjoy the game. Don'ts, do not insult other influencers or players. Do not use any offensive language or humor. Do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, that's an interesting word, and other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. Do not discuss content related to China's game industry, policies, opinions, news, etc. And obviously this was coming out in response to, I mean, we don't know, but I mean, let's be honest, we know that this was in response to all of the journalists reaching out because they had heard things on the internet, heard allegations. Again, there was nothing to prove it. There was just something that, oh yeah, I mean, sure, let's just run with this story, because for some reason game journalists felt the need that they needed to be more active in these topics that people just do not even care about, like, besides, like I said, like 3 or 4 people in the world. Because I mean, at the end of the day, what do people who play games want? They want games to be good. They don't care about the politics of the company making the game. If the game's bad, they won't play it. If the game's good, they will play it. If the company's doing shady stuff behind the scenes, most people don't care. That's just how it is. If the game's good, people are going to play it. Ain't nobody care about what the company's doing behind the scenes, if they're even doing anything, because we still don't know. But anyway, it says this email was not sent to journalists, as some of them have said it's fake based on that, but it was for creators only. These guidelines may also not have made it all to all creators, or were sent out merely from requests for codes from those creators. There was no NDA required to accept the code. I confirm this by talking to the creator I trust and seeing an actual screen share of the email and a lengthy ensuing back and forth, which ended with a link to this document with the banned topics list along with the actual Steam code. There appear to be other streamers starting to confirm they received the same email with working codes for the game. It's not clear how many creators this was sent to. And I also like this too, because I almost feels like it's just an underhanded or what is it, a under the belt punch, if you will, to the games journalists, because none of them were sent the review codes or what have you. It's just, or at least not a lot of them. Looking at you, Game Informer, and all of the other ones that were reporting on the sexual whatever that, again, just wasn't even proven to begin with. But anyway, I'm glad that it was sent to content creators that more people watch than games journalists, who is a dying breed at this point. Nobody reads the journalism anymore, and that's why their websites are dying. And that's another reason why the whole thing with GameStop and their whole 30-year long running, I think was it Game Informer? I think it was. I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of it was, but it was being shut down because just nobody cares about games journalism anymore. If they do, they'll just go watch a stream or a YouTube video, because that's the world we live in. It says there were some oddities about the Google document pointed out before this, including the Gmail address it created. The initial email contacts were not sent by Gmail. The sender is a Yingjiang, I believe is how you say that, probably not, email address, where that points to Hero Games, the marketing partner with Game Science for Wukong. Having seen the full exchange, not shown here due to parties not wishing to be identified, which ended in an actual code to redeem. This is not just a random document that was made and circulated online. As for why this exists at all, this is a game made by a Chinese studio where COVID-19 is obviously a sensitive issue. As for why that would be mentioned when talking about Wukong, it's extremely unclear. This is why right here. The other standout phrase, feminist propaganda, may have made its way there due to reporting that indicated Wukong Studio had a history of sexism in a widely distributed story, and they did not want that discussed, presuming they think that is what the feminist propaganda entails. This could also include a topic like, did they make the female characters too sexualized or something of that nature? No, this is because of the first part there, the reporting of history of sexism at the company. And this is why all of this is going down. I mean, obviously with COVID-19 and China, they would obviously add that in there because it's China. But for the feminist propaganda, I love that. I love that phrase. It's so funny to me. Especially with gaming journalism nowadays. That is exactly why. It's because of all the people reporting on something they had no evidence for. They just wanted to have an article to think that maybe went along with the times, but those times died a couple of years ago, and they're just apparently not catching up. And well, I mean, you could see it with the amount of people viewing the websites now. I mean, it's basically nobody viewing it anymore. But anyway, I just thought it was hilarious that they sent out this email to content creators, not journalists, and in that it was also kind of an uppercut, if you will, to the journalists, because they were not sent the Steam code to review the game. So all in all, I thought it was just hilarious. Let me know what you guys thought about the whole Wukong situation down in the comments. If you think gaming journalism is dead, which, I mean, let's be real, it is. And if you guys are playing Wukong right now, because as I said, I mean, we can even go back over here and look at it real quick. There we go. It's grown by 10,000 players. It just continues to keep going up. So I can't wait to play the game, and then let me know what you guys think about the game too as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and until next time, peace.